But, I got a few things to say. Now, again, as the title says, this game is phenomenal, and I genuinely think it is overhated. I mean, first of all, the game looks amazing. Of course, partially because of the hardware mandate ray tracing, but for me, the art direction is what makes it. Don't know if you could tell from the gameplay. I'm playing the game in the lowest settings with FSR turns on, but golly, don't know about you, but the game still looks amazing to me. I love the aesthetic of sci-fi fantasy that this game has. A combination of magic beep boops sprinkles in with some Lovecraft in there as well. That's a yes from me, big bro. And the big man himself has never looked better. Took me some time to adjust to the fur cape, but the suit itself? I don't know how Doom Guy would see this suit and like, yeah, let's downgrade to these ones. Nah. This is Big Prero suit right here. Oh, and the demons, they look great. Love to see the return of the OG imps. Love to see the medieval version of the demons. Love to see a cosmic variation of the classics. Love to see how the Doom Hunter used to look like back when they were still Agdon Hunter. And is that the Grim Reaper? Oh, fucking Cthulhu is also in the game, by the way. But yeah, overall, awesome design, awesome art direction. No complaints here. And hey, I've been yapping about the cool visuals. Let me tell you about the experience. In this game, I feel this is the strongest Doom guy has ever felt. Just his footsteps feel so heavy, powerful. You can feel his stride with each and every step. Just the shockwave of you landing from a high point is enough to kill fodder demons. And the sound you make when you land? Oh, fuck! Insane power. Hey, remember that weak ass punch in Eternal? Not here. I just wish we can switch in between melee weapons on the fly, but hey, that's just me though. There's also a shield parry, of course. A new, arguably one of the main mechanic in this game, considering how many times you parry. A bit too much sometimes, if I'm being honest, but it does feel good. Make me feel strong. You also get shield runes, an ability that activates if you parry projectile. There's Ground Fissure, Heaven Splitter, Auto Turret, and look, I know the Heaven Splitter stun is probably the best rune, but I don't care. The storm is approaching. And so are my thoughts about the guns. I've heard that you don't really need to use different weapons in this game, and while that's true, you can beat the game with just one gun. I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice, cause the guns in this game have their own unique way of using them, like the super shotgun for example. Yes, the gun itself is pretty straightforward, but once you start comboing it with the shield, either shield bashing or shield throw, you would one-shot mid-tier demons no problem. Armored Arachnotron?
Bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
And that's just the super shotgun. There's also the Impaler with its headshot and empowered shot. The Ravager that melts tanky demons while keeping you alive. The Cycler that shocks enemies and makes them more prone to damage. And more. But yeah, despite all that, the game doesn't really encourage you to use different weapons as much as the previous two games. I prefer to be able to quick swap, but this game just ain't built for that. I'm still constantly switching weapons though, just not as frantic. Was that the game slow? Yeah, no it's not. Outside of the slow motion, which I'll get to in a sec, this game is not slow. Well, at least I don't think it is. Even on normal 100% game speed, I don't think it's slow. Between parrying, dodging, shield bashing, sprinting, you're doing a lot. And shit, you can even increase the game speed if you want to. The projectile speed, parry window, damage taken, and plenty more. Granted, I still feel like Eternal is faster, but that don't make this game slow. Not at all. It's like, yeah, a leopard is slower than a cheetah, but you know what's slower than both of them? You. They'll outrun and kill you. And chances are, if you're playing this game on Nightmare, it'll kill you too. Not in real life, hopefully. By the way, just wanna be honest here and ask, do people actually say the game's slow? I've only seen people complaining about people saying that it's slow, and I don't really use social media that much, so I don't know. Anyway, the music. It's pretty good. It works. Finishing move did a great job. I just hope they were treated better than Make. One can only hope. Oh, also, some of the track kinda have an OG Doom track vibe. I mean, look at this. It fits, right? I wish the vibe of the whole track was like that, considering the gameplay for this game was closer to the OG games. Would've been pretty cool, I think. Now that we got the glazing out the way, I don't want to complain about the game just a wee bit. And it's about the parrying and its frequency. Look, I don't mind games with parry as a main mechanic, I really don't. But there's one thing that this game does that you can't turn off, which is the slow-mo. The slow-mo occurs whenever you parry anything or do melee attack, which includes glory striking. And I think this is what makes the game feel slow, at least for me. Cause it happens so many times in a row, it's insane. You know that TikTok edit where they go fast, slow, I don't know what it's called. Imagine you watching a really good movie, but every 10 seconds you have to watch one of those TikToks in a row, and you can't skip it. It's like that. Yes, I know, they were trying to replicate that one scene from 300, and they were cool at first, but it gets old real quick. I ended up installing a mod called Kaib's mod that can disable it altogether, and my god, it's so much better. Harder, yes, but better. Maybe the slow-mo makes more sense if you play the game in faster speed, but I just wanna play the game in normal speed, and none of that slow-mo. Hopefully they add an official option to turn it off, but for now, I'ma play this game with the mod installed. And the mandatory ray tracing, man. I can understand it if it's for a game like God of War, Last of Us, GTA, sure. But Doom? A game where you don't really spend much time checking reflection and dynamic light sources? I don't know about that, chief. I have to turn on FSR just to get it to play on 60 FPS most of the time. Yes, I said the game still looks great on the lowest setting, but then you see an ugly trail on the dragon right there. That's FSR. That's the price of 60 FPS right there. Well, just switch to Nvidia. No. And that's all the major complaint that I have for the game, really. The Atlan and the Dragon section were pretty cool, didn't really overstay their welcome, so I don't have anything to say about them really. And it sucks that people prefer to play the game on Game Pass rather than getting it for themselves. Though I get it. Considering the game's price, the pretty steep system requirement, people thinking the game is slow, being released in close proximity is not only a bunch of great games, but also the Nintendo Switch too. It being a day one on Game Pass, the physical copy still needing digital download, the controversy with Mick Gordon, the game constantly crashing on day one for some people, Kako Demon not being a meatball, Windows sizes keep resetting, ass crack. Is that it? Probably not, but you get the point. Either way, I just hope it doesn't discourage them from trying different things, like, I don't know, Quake, perhaps. They already put what is essentially the nail gun and cosmic creatures. Why not go all the way, big bro? Anyway, that's all. Just wanna talk about the game, a scripted rambling if you may. Now, do I like it better than the all-timer Doom Eternal? Nah,